All right, everybody. This is Zero, and today we're having another conversation with Zero, but this time with Marilyn Gail, better known as being Marilyn Gail. So we will. we'll talk a little bit about our channel and about baking and cooking. So I'm gonna let Marilyn introduce herself, and then we'll get started.
Hey everybody. Hey Sunny, Stormy. I appreciate you coming in. I'm Marilyn Gail. My channel is being Marilyn Gail. So I cook on that channel, but mostly lives and other content. But my other channel is Eating with Eating. I just changed it. Eat with Marilyn Gail, and that's where all my other recipes are. I have a couple of mukbangs. I'm not too comfortable with the mukbang, so there's a couple of on there, like when I first started the channel. But it's mostly recipes, things that I like to cook. I have a subscription to Home Chef, and so I get a lot of my meals from Home Chef, where I had they send the portions and everything that I need. Um, of course, they won't supply the salt and pepper and and like the olive oil stuff like that, but everything else you have it portioned out, and you just have to read the menu card for the instructions. So that's basically my channel. All kinds of things, desserts. Home Chef does not supply desserts; it's just the main entree. But on this channel, being with Marilyn Gail, I do all kinds of desserts, and I got some up and coming things for people that don't want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. So quick recipes. Those who you know don't like to be over the stove, so they'll appreciate that. And and maybe single men that don't do a lot of cooking, if they could throw something together, come in from work, I think it'll be beneficial for them too. So that's basically, who I am. A lot of other content, but I cook a lot on being Marilyn Gail as well.
Okay, so what inspires you to start cooking? Like what do you love about it the most, or
Oh,
what or what? Oh, go ahead.
I've been cooking ever since I can remember. My mom brought me in the kitchen really young. I would say 3 or 4. And she would mainly bring me in the kitchen like on holidays, have me stirring stuff. And the reason why I like to bake, I think, more than I like to make the entrees and side dishes and what have you, is because she had me, stirring the sugar with the butter. Um, and mind you, we did it, she didn't like uh, mixers. And until we kind of convinced her to get an electric mixer, we did all that by hand, and we did not do box cakes. We did cakes by scratch with the frosting and everything. So as when I was really young, my mom brought me in, and then I got better and better at it to the point I think I was 5, and I could cook make a scratch cake from beginning to end on my own. The only thing my mom did was turn on the stove and whatever I needed to do uh, involving the oven. She would
Yeah.
do that, but that's it. And I just grew up loving to cook. I come from a big family. Um, the youngest for the longest, and my older brothers and sisters that didn't like to cook, they loved my cakes. So that was my little side hustle. My brothers had a job, so they had to pay me to make them a chocolate cake. So I was a side hustler. Um, that don't sound good, huh? But I was a
No, 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 that's pretty good.
I was a hustler. You didn't get nothing without paying me. So I gained a lot of experience in the kitchen, just cooking my cakes mostly, sweet potato pies, fried pies. And then as I got older, I would watch my mom with the entrees, with the turkeys and the ham, around. So I learned how to cook that that um that kind of meal dish besides desserts because I was a monster. I was a beast when it came to cakes. So I just grew up with that exposure, and it relaxes me. Um, Especially if you make bread or rolls where you knead in that dough. You don't know. That takes a lot of, as a kid, I didn't have no stress. But as you get older with the stresses of being an adult and responsibilities, hey, kneading that dough uh will take that. It's a stress reliever. Believe me.
Yeah, I know all about that. Like, especially like when I learned how to make like pie crust. Oh yeah,
Uh,
that's it's like I mean it's not like just getting it right, but like you have to make sure it's like smooth enough, and you can't let it like peel off because that flour when you start thinning out it start getting flimsy. So you gotta be careful about how you rolling it.
yeah, yeah. And some recipes, if I call if it's a quick thing, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of times I won't make my own crust. I'll cheat a little bit, you know. If
Yeah,
it's like pies and all you have to do, I put it's on the stove. I put my apples or my peaches or what have you, and putting all the seasoning on top on the stove top, and then so that's very easy.
yeah,
Uh,
I get yeah. Oh my bad. I
Go
mean,
ahead. No, no, no. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say real quick. I said, I mean, I get that because, like, like a lot of people know, like, a lot of like desserts making from scratch. Like, some of them take maybe some of them may take 2 days, like depending on how fast you want to do it. Cause like some you might have to make one day and then might have to let it cool down overnight, and then you have next day then you have to fill it up. So like a lot of these baking companies they'll have some of their they'll have some of their products like pre-ordered, like somebody else will make them, and then they'll just bring them there and make them from there, so that they don't have to wait so long to make a cake. That's like when you'll see like some bake companies they'll have like a cake made like the next day because they already have the ingredients they need for it.
Yeah.
So if you're making a layered cake, you if you're just gonna make the cake and the icing or whatever you need to it in that, and if you think you'll make it all that same day, I'm like, yeah, you're sad mistaken. If it's layered, you're gonna have to wait a couple of days. But if it's like just one layer, you might be able to do it in one day. But if it's a layer, you're gonna have to you're gonna wait a couple of days because like the cakes will will have to be cooled overnight because if you don't cool them cake pieces they'll fall apart when you're trying to like put icing on them and all that. They'll just tear apart easily.
Yeah, and then you know what too? Just a little hint. Um, when making cakes, there's a spray that you can get from most of the craft stores, Joann's and Michael's. Now you'll have to get it online, but I'm sure they have it where you can order. But it's a spray that a lot of times your cake got them crumbs all around it. And if sometimes when you try to get them crumbs off, you can break pieces off, and just takes away from the beauty of the cake.
Yeah,
But some of them ugly cakes are good too now. But I use the spray so when I do frost it, all them crumbs won't be in the frosting. And then there's another hint. When you guys make a cake in the middle of it, like humps up, you got a big old mountain in the middle of your cake. They
yeah,
also, and you can make a one by for yourself at home. But I got these little strips. I'm not sure what material, but they're long and they fit around. They fit around most of the different size pans, and they have little pins that you can wrap. You wrap it around the cake pan. Well, first you dip that into water, make it really moist, and then take your two fingers and run it down. That's to get rid of the excess water. And then you wrap it around the cake before you put it in the oven. And that will avoid you having that big old hump in the middle of your cake.
Yeah, yeah, they might use that to yeah, because some cakes may have like air pockets that might make the cake rise and be uneven. But I
Yeah,
know, but I know, like for some and sometimes like to use that water, they'll just use it to make sure everything cooks, make sure everything bakes evenly. Because I know I did that
right.
when I learned how to make a strawberry cheesecake. I had to learn how to, like I had to do that. So I mean, even with that, like I had to let that sit overnight. Like even after I baked it, yeah, I mean, because I baked it, did the signs and everything on it, and I mean, I still let it sit overnight before I really just finish doing everything else to it.
Also, what else did I was gonna do? Also, when I'm making cakes, you can get these oils. Now I'll use extract, but they have like if you want to go lemon, they have these lemon oils, and all you have to do is put a couple of drops in, and you can really avoid the extract. But they have these lemon oils. Put a couple of drops, taste it. If you want a little more, put another drop. Don't put a whole lot because they're strong. Oh, you got the best lemony cake. And for vanilla, I'll put the vanilla in, but then I'll put vanilla bean paste. That's hard to find even at the craft shop. Sometimes I have to go to Amazon. But
Yeah,
anything that I bake that I put vanilla extract, I put the vanilla bean paste for a little more vanilla flavor. So you guys think about that. Right,
yeah.
Miss TR. Right, Miss TR.
Well, yeah, you can't do that. But if you ice it, you want to wait for it to warm up.
Oh,
Warm up some. You don't want to. I guess unless you know how to freeze it right. But yeah, like usually just do it overnight, so it'll be cool, but it won't be like frozen either.
yeah, yeah.
But
I
but it depends how much time you have on it though.
I was
But
gonna
usually,
say I make my bakes. I bake it if I'm doing that. I bake mine early. I do it early so they have time to
yeah,
cook. Cause
unless you,
see, I want to
yeah,
taste it. I'll be in a hurry to taste it.
yeah. Unless you going, yeah, you can do that. Like if you're gonna stay up real late, yeah, you can do that. But otherwise, yeah, you might as well go and wait the next day if you ain't gonna do that. But yeah, I have had like vanilla bean placed in certain sweets because the restaurant I worked at, like they had it, like they had it on hand. But yeah,
I think so too, Miss TR. I think the vanilla bean paste is better than the liquid extract. I think so too. And see,
yeah.
I put more, I don't want to change the consistency. When I use extract, I got a heavy hand. So I rather use the paste too because and I can't find vanilla the oil unless they just run out because I would use the oil, but I can't find that.
So what oil?
Like it's really little. I would think the jar is
You
maybe
you talking about the extract?
no, not the extract. It's oil, and you
Hmm.
get it, and I haven't seen it in the grocery stores. Maybe some grocery stores, Whole Foods, they might have it, but I usually get it from the craft shop. the Michaels and the Joannes, and the hobby, the Hobby Lobbies, or whatever that is, from those kind of stores. So yeah, I do that. What else was I gonna say about the cakes? I know you guys know, but I'm gonna repeat it for those who may not know. You want to use room temperature ingredients. And I don't make cakes with uh milk. I use half and half. I've even used light cream, but I make it, and of course your butter is going to be room temperature, so it'll be pliable. But yeah, all of that you want to make sure that it's room temperature.
Yeah,
Um, it is easy to work with, and I'm not sure what the my mom told me, but I've forgotten why. But it's good. It's better. You guys know
yeah,
that. I'll just
yeah. One of the things I learned in baking, yeah, like everything was is based on temperature. Like especially if you like have certain ingredients. Like some ingredients you might need to mix in there might need to be cold. Sometimes it might be need to be hot. Sometimes it maybe need to be room temperature. It's like of course, like we're dealing with butter. It's always better to have it at room temperature so it's easy to mix. Because otherwise, if you try to mix butter while it's still cold, and I've learned this a few times baking. The butter will start flying everywhere.
okay. But I have a feature on. I bought a new microwave way to go over the stove, and I have a feature, and I tried it out just to see that melts your butter to the perfect consistency. So you don't want to make it liquid, but it is the perfect consistency. I let it cool off just a little bit and put it in there. Um, yeah, who's that said something about opening the oven? Don't open your oven. Yeah, my mom would say, "Don't do that because your cake will fall." Right, right. So I never tested it. I just never opened the oven.
Yeah, I guess probably all different because I open up and check on it, but only to check on it, but other than that, I'm just like,
Right, yeah,
but yeah, like
right, yeah,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, certain things, it's like it depends on the ingredients because certain things, need to be done certain ways. So, like, if you like, say you were like trying to make a custard or something like that, you might need to you may need to make that hotter, or if you're doing yeah. Matter of fact, if you like trying to make caramel, you would need to be hot, but sometimes certain things will be hot. Sometimes certain things need to be cold. And I'm just like I say, it just depends on the temperature. It depends on what the recipe calls for because
yeah,
you have to know what like your ingredients and know what your ingredients need, how your ingredients need to be to like so to work smoothly. And and the big thing about baking is really about feel. You can have the recipe, but sometimes you might need to add or take away from it. Just
yeah,
just
yeah.
depending on how the recipe goes.
I take away. Because I'm diabetic. I take away. Now you want to be precise with a lot of ingredients when you're baking, but I take away the sugar, and I take away, especially when I'm making like a peach cobbler. I use half the sugar it calls for. Now I might put, I might put, well, most of the times I put some brown sugar in there because I just like brown sugar flavor. But so I can have a small portion and not feel bad. I have my A1C numbers go flopping all over the place. I will put less sugar uh into with my peaches, and also a lot of times I won't use pie crust or dough. I use a batter for my peach cobbler. And you make your batter, and melt butter in the pan you use it. You stick that pan in the oven, let that butter melt. Okay, you made your batter, and that batter is going to be include self rising flour, or if you don't have self rising, um, I think it's you could I have a video on it, but I think it's to every cup of flour you put a uh I think it's a teaspoon. It might be a tablespoon, but anyway, I have a video to the flour, and you mix it, and you can make your own self-rising flour. So after that butter in there, quickly put the batter while the butter is still hot. Put that batter in the butter. It will, and then put your peaches in there. You can distribute them all over, or put the peaches in the middle, whatever way you like it. Put it back in that oven, and that dough will rise. Oh, and it tastes so good. And I like to do it that way, and I don't put as much sugar as the recipe calls either. I make it not sweet at all, just very little sugar. And so that way I can control, and I'll take a little portion, like a half a cup, and you guys could do more because, everybody eat 5 minutes. But I try to do it for me, and I can eat stuff like that. So a lot of times I'll just doctor it up to fit what I can have and what I can't have. And so that way I'm not denying myself a lot of times.
Yeah.
Jump in there, Zero.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, I was saying what Mr. I was saying about custard, everything be tempered. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Custard
hey, you
takes
ready to
quite a
see?
big time to make.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I want to
I,
shout that out before you said something. You spoke too soon.
oh,
Go ahead. I'm
what were you gonna
sorry.
say? Oh, what were you gonna
No, I
say?
was, I was just speaking to Eurydice, and I just, instead of typing it out, and TR and everybody, Yemi and Shay and Nadia and everybody. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
you received.
go ahead. Go ahead. I was reading the comments.
Yeah, yeah. I was just saying, like, yeah, the custard. It takes quite a bit of time because I remember when I learned how to make lemon meringue pie, and like and like the lemons I used were like different from like normal lemons, because like the lemons I used, they were called Myers lemons, which were which mean lemons, but when I first seen them, like that's like first time I ever heard of them, and they're like lemons, but instead of like having like the normal smell lemons that people are used to, they have a mint. They smell like mint,
Hmm.
but I mean, yeah, but they like really good on the meringues. Cause I remember like the owner restaurant chef, like he would he would give me a rating. He'd be like he'd be like tough on it, so he like tell me, oh yeah, I don't think he gave anything even above an 8. So he was just like, okay, well, yeah, I mean, when he ate that, he was like, you know what? He said, so I'm giving you a 9.5. He said, we don't do tens. I
Mm-mm.
was like,
Oh,
oh, so if he did do a 10, he would gave it a 10, but he was saying, no, we need 9.5. Just want to do 10. Because all those chefs like, yeah, he never gives anybody a 10. I said,
mm-mm.
so it'd be like if he was like if he did do a 10, he would have gave me a 10, but because he said he don't do 10, close thing he give me is 9.5.
Okay. Gotta leave that point five so you won't get the big head.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have had a big head anyway. I mean, I was still,
Mm-mm.
still be keep moving forward anyway. But
What's your favorite dish?
What's my favorite what?
What's your favorite dish to make?
I don't know if I really have a favorite dish to make yet. I mean, I think we talked about it every time. Like, I mean, I think like I don't really have a favorite dish yet, but as far as what I probably made the most were like chocolate chip cookies, peanut butter cookies, and brownies.
Oh yeah, peanut butter cookies are good to make because they're so easy. There's actually cookies are most cookies are easy, but that peanut butter I like making those because they're quick and easy, and I regulate my sugar on that, and you can have a quick snack. Um, a lot of cookies you can put in a mug, and I had a video on it. You can put in a mug and put milk in it, or half and half, put it in it, and just make it the consistency like you would a batter, and zap it in the microwave. Turn the cookies into cake. What was that? I think it's not even long in the microwave. I don't want to say how long, um, because it depends on the consistency you. But do it a minute and see if it's the consistency you want. You take it out, zap it for another, I'd say, 15 seconds, and then you got a quick dessert, and put some, take that, let it cool off a little bit, just a little bit, put some ice cream on top of that. You got a quick dessert. Put some, if you got chocolate chip, put some vanilla over that chocolate chip mixture, and put some chocolate syrup over that, maybe a few nuts. Ooh, it's good. I'm making my own self hungry because I didn't eat.
I like to say you went and ate.
Huh?
I like to say you went and ate.
No, I just picked up something, so I'm talking about food getting hangry. I just popped a few pieces of something in my mouth. Not enough for a meal, but something that my you guys won't hear my stomach growling. So I didn't have chance to eat because I may have leftovers. Nadia asked me what I was cooking because I think I was in her live, and she asked what I was cooking, and I made some rib tips and cabbage because I'm trying to stay away from a lot of carbs, so I didn't have any kind of starch or anything. But and I know you have to put starch in, carbs in your diet, but I'm supposed to have very little. But I made um a peach glaze to go over it instead of barbecue sauce, and it's so easy, guys. You just get a jar of peach preserves, and you do it to taste. But say you gonna use it for a glaze. Depends on how much meat you can get to gauge it, and you melt butter and put the preserve. You can put a little cinnamon there if you want, and just stir it, and then you got a quick glaze. So that's what I had for dinner last night. And guys, it tastes so. I made a Cornish hen with that peach glaze, but there's different kind of glazes. And this glaze that I made, it called for more ingredients. But I'm telling you, it is so good. Peach glaze over
Yeah, I don't think I did much
poultry. You
of.
can have it on.
Oh, oh my bad.
Hmm?
Okay, I think Mike got done. Like,
What she said, yes, cinnamon. Yeah, I put a little cinnamon there. You can even put a little nutmeg in there, a little nutmeg. Put it over your Cornish hen, your salmon, ribs. You can put it all on most of and it's good with shrimp.
yeah,
And you had that glaze over it and serve it over rice if you want. Oh, it's a
yeah,
good dish.
yeah. I was saying like I don't think I did much of glaze yet, but yeah, yeah,
Try it. Try it. Try it.
yeah.
Those who like salmon, ooh, delicious.
Yeah, yeah. I think far as salmon, I think they are really eat far as with. I think I've eaten most like as far as salmon is like the salmon croquet.
Yeah, those are delicious. Some people put crackers in their salmon and croquets. I tried it and I liked it, but I like it better. I maybe I put too much crackers in it. But yeah, you can put crackers in there in your croquets, and uh, I like the way they brown up good when you put the crackers. How pretty they look. But yeah, I don't make it like you was talking about the lemon meringue pie.
Yeah,
I don't. I'll make a lot of.
you know what?
I haven't done a video about that fried pies. But I don't. I've made them and they turned out delicious, but I don't know why I haven't made a lemon meringue because I love them. It's delicious. Let me think of some more hints. Um, hmm. With biscuits, I'm touch and go with those. Sometimes they turn out good, sometimes they don't. I don't know why. It's like iffy on biscuits. So I'll let Miss TR school me on that. But it is important that you cut that butter in there because uh if I remember correctly, it makes it flakier. Cutting that cold butter in there.
Yeah, like usually a technique I do is like cube the butter. Like I put in like little cube, cut in little cubes so they're easy to mix in there. Especially if you're
Yeah,
doing like a whole big batch of it.
yeah,
It just makes it easier to mix.
yeah. Yeah, but I'm touch and go on that. Sometimes they'll turn out so good, and I think, see, I try not to cook when I'm in a hurry.
Yeah,
I try not to cook when I'm in a hurry because um it's not gonna be right. I'm you know if I'm in a hurry, I might forget something. I have forgotten vital ingredients into recipes by rush, so I try not to cook. But I I like to bake, but like I said, I've seen some recipes I want to try. You know, using different sauces for steaks, things that instead of going in the refrigerator and getting some of that steak sauce, like when I use Home Chef, you make your sauce by scratch, of course, you know, and if it calls for red wine, they will include a container enough for the two servings of that red wine. And I like it better. I like the sauces better. Now, don't get me wrong, I like them steak sauces. But if you make your sauces for your meat by scratch or your dressings by scratch, they taste so much better than what you buy already prepared, already made in the store. What she say, holla if you hear me.
that's good.
Use
All
white
over
wine to
here.
make salmon juicy. Oh, really, Shay? Oh, okay. I'm just reading some of the notes. How does she pronounce her name? Nasara? Nasira?
I think it's not Sarah,
Nasira? Okay. I'm just reading some of the notes.
but
Oh, she said her nana uses nutmeg. I think when we were talking about the peach cobbler.
yeah. I mean, when I learned to bake, like certain techniques, I learned, and one technique I learned, I always like remember is like a a mixed technique they call the ganache technique, which is like a gentle like the gentlest way you can mix something. And usually this technique is used so like it kind of keeps you from probably like over mixing it, or and it's pretty much like gently folding the batter or whatever it is you're making. Like you usually use for far as what I've seen, it's used a lot. But I mean, other times you got to you don't have to use it, but usually that's was used. And you usually use it now like to gently fold it, but make sure you scrape everything and get it all mixed in real well. Because like sometimes over mixing can you can over mix something, and that'll make things worse. Something especially if the thing that you're baking doesn't need to have a lot of air in it. If you mix too much, you can add like air into it. We say like aerating it, and that could put in like air pockets in it, which would not go well for your for what you're baking, because you'll have a whole bunch of holes in what you're baking, so you don't want to do that. But but there's some that like that call for doing that. I mean, call for putting more air in it. It just like I said, it just depends on how it is. But yeah, you talking about use a feed to gauge how it feels. I mean, yeah, if you do it for yourself, that's cool. But yeah, of course, you beg other people, you might not want to use your finger. It
My fingers are clean, and ain't
don't
nobody
matter.
coming over for dinner anyway.
I mean,
We
it's
on
like I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, so if you do it yourself, that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, you know, people, yeah, because I remember when I like taking something off of it, even though like I mean, we weren't gonna use it anymore, and nobody's gonna eat everything. Chef made a big fuss about like he said, use a tasting spoon, don't use your hands. I'm like, come on, I'm not. I mean, nobody's gonna eat this.
it.
It's gonna be
No, you're
washed.
right about that. You're right about that. I get
but but
I get a spoon, and then I get a spoon like for my liquids, and
yeah,
kind of let it cool off a little bit and pour it in the palm of my hand. I mean, not if it's scalding, of course, but let it cool off a little bit. Pour it in my hand. That way, I don't have to use different spoons and just lick it out of
right.
my hand. Yeah, to see certain things. But with my salmon, you also want to use a pan that you can see the sides of it, and you can gauge like that, if it's done or not. And then when it looks like it's done, try to just if that salmon is for you, um, kind of use your finger, and you'll see the texture of it changes, and you can get used to punching your, not hard, but just kind of putting smushing your finger on it, and you can get used to, okay, this is feeling good. I'm looking at it from the side. I'm putting a little pressure with my finger. Okay, and pretty soon you'll be able to gauge that way, Shay, on when your salmon is done. Like I said, don't put anything you can't see the sides of it. And what I do a lot of times, you know how thick a salmon is, and then as it gets down, it gets thinner. So it's like, okay, one part is going to cook faster. Now there's other ways to rectify that, but what I do is I cut that big part off so it's mostly the same level, and then the other piece. I put it on the side and cook that. So if it's too much of a difference where one part is thin, like I said, that you can like on electric stoves, you can let the middle be the heat, and the outside is less heat, and you can place the salmon on the fat part where the most heat's coming up. So it's different ways to gauge that. But I ain't going through all that. So I just slice it and thin it, so it's uniform. because you know how salmon is shaped. Most salmon, they do have some salmon where they've done it where it's the same height, you know, thickness. But if you get a salmon that's the thickness is one way, and then towards the end it gets thinner. Just to me, I just cut it off, so cut that thick part down so it'll be more consistent in thickness.
Yeah, I mean, as far as salmon, like, I mean, I think I've seen probably what it looks like, but I don't know exact. I mean, I don't know if like all of them look the same way, but I can assume from how what I've seen that might be the same the same. But oh yeah, shit. I use Pyrex too. I think
Yeah, yeah, I like cooking in Pyrex. Use a skillet.
yeah
Yeah, yeah. But I was just saying that the thickness may vary in different parts of that fillet. Uh,
yeah
so that's how I do it. That's how I do it. But yeah, there's a lot of salmon dishes, and the good thing about I'm not sponsored by these videos, so by Home Chef, but it gives me ideas for other things. So, and then it comes with a notebook, and you keep those recipe cards in a binder, in a binder. So I just made something on my own, using one of those old recipe cards. I had all the ingredients already. So it might get to the point where I may not need Home Chef anymore. Well, I like them because it's portions. They're portioned out perfectly, and most times you get enough to. Especially if you order a type of salad and you get a protein or whatever, and if I'm making something with shrimp, and they give you these medium shrimps, and by the time you cook them, it's like what? I keep colossal shrimps because when I have something with shrimp, I want to taste shrimp. I don't want no little bay shrimp that you need about 50,000 to fill you up. I like colossal shrimp when I'm making anything with a dish, especially shrimp and grits. Give me colossal shrimp.
ain't the colossal shrimp called prawns?
I don't.
Them big
Colossal
shrimp.
shrimp is You know what? I'd have to check if somebody. I'm not really sure of the difference between prawns and
Okay, I'll
shrimp.
go.
I just check it out. So somebody
I
might know.
I
Somebody might know.
I, I'll ask the Almighty Google.
The Almighty Google. Okay. Nadia says prawns are way larger.
Huh? Really?
But is it considered is a prawn a prawn, or a colossal shrimp a prawn? What I've never knew. I
Yeah,
know,
I don't.
Shay. I know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know the differences in shrimp because I don't really eat it like that. But
Yeah, but when I make something with shrimp, oh, give me a big shrimp. That's a oxymoron, isn't it? Big shrimp. I just had to throw that in there. A colossal shrimp.
mhm.
That's an oxymoron. The largest size of shrimp. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I know I heard about that, but
Oh,
I just wasn't sure.
what did it
But
say?
no, I mean, no, I mean, no, no, not even saying like it's a large size of shrimp. Said you had said a prawn is one, a prawn and one is enough for two people.
They got some huge. Yeah, they got that seafood place. I think it's called Alaskan Seafood or something like that, and they ship it to you. I mean, it's expensive, but I've seen shrimp that will be the size of your hand. And it's like one will definitely be enough. Colossal trip is the size of a prawn in order for it to classify. It looks crazy. Okay. It looks crazy. Okay, Dirty Diana. Who's she talking to?
Ooh, all
Who's
right,
Dirty Diana?
let's focus on the conversation.
No, I'm reading the comments. They
Yeah,
want
yeah,
their
but I mean, this ain't your channel, Marilyn.
but that will put ideas in our head
But
of what
that, but
the
that
it's
ain't got
your
nothing to do with
channel.
talking
It's
about.
your channel. Proceed.
You
Carry on.
talking about doing dirt. I'm like, what? What's that do with the good?
Your channel, have at it. I'm gonna put my feet up and listen.
uh,
No, I just needed the information because I surely didn't know.
uh,
I mean, they are there for a purpose.
yeah,
The chat.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I mean, let's go back to baking. As far as like cooking, like I think I've like, I mean, I love cooking, but I love baking more. And like one of my favorite, like probably my favorite chef is like Alton Brown because I like how he mixes culinary arts with science. I remember I mentioned to the other chefs they said he's like the Bill Nye of cooking.
Who?
Alton Brown.
Oh, the guy on TV. Okay,
Yeah,
the chef on TV.
I mean, I don't know if he's still on TV now because I don't watch TV. I don't have a watch TV anymore. But I remember when I did, I would watch him. and and as far as that, like I mean, of course, like everybody know about Gordon Ramsay, but it's like it'd be like it's not like Gordon Ramsay. It's not like he just be mad at people, but like when I really like just look, just watch this stuff, like especially like the kitchen nightmare and all that. I'll be like, oh, Gordon Ramsay, he ain't just cussing them out just to be doing it. He just getting on them because he know they slacking and he know they can do better. So he just be pissed off because he knows that they doing better. He knows they're cutting corners. So it'd be like he
Yeah.
be saying stuff be terrible. He messed up what he say, but it's like y'all know better. Because you ever see Rand's restaurant, man, them chefs on point, boy. Ain't nothing, everything spotless. They done in a quick amount of time. They ain't playing.
He a beast. He's a
Yeah,
beast. But you have to do when you fixing my food. Oh, I would prefer that you be a beast.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I remember one time like on a show. It was like this one dude. He had like a restaurant, and he supposed to be a chef. He over there microwaving food. He was like, "What is it? You microwave food?" And it's like and you think like, well, you can't tell the difference between cooked and microwave. Yes, you can. There's a slight difference in taste. Like if you're cooking food, if it's food's like being cooked and being microwaved. I mean, you can tell there's slight differences in the taste, but you can taste it. And he was like, "No, we ain't doing this. No, you need to learn. You can start cooking. Just being, just being lazy." Because I remember, remember seeing one chef, in my city. I mean, I heard that he was on the show, and Gordon Ramsay came in, boy, got it, laid it into him, and I guess I mean now he ain't in business no more. So
Mm.
so and the thing about it, I used to see that restaurant all the time, and I was thinking about going there one day, but glad I didn't.
He like the micro. Speaking of microwave, a
Yeah,
cousin, a cousin of mine invited. I didn't go, but I heard about it. She
yeah,
invited her mom for Thanksgiving. Guys, she put the turkey in the microwave to cook. And needless to say, some parts were done. If anybody is doing that, stop. Do
Yeah,
not
that's
put, yeah, don't put your turkey in no microwave.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you know, people trying to put everything in the microwave now. Now, if you like in a country like Japan, like you know, I kind of see that because you know they have to cook their food in the microwave because they don't have ovens. But if you got an oven and you choose to put it in the microwave, you just being lazy.
Hmm. That's what it was.
You know, unless you eating up leftovers or something like that, and I can get that or something that needs that's like microwave only, then fine. But if you got food that you could actually that you're supposed to cook on the stove or in the oven, do that.
Right, right. Some things the microwave is perfect for, but turkey ain't one of
Right.
them. They good for like you know heating up my coffee because it ain't got cold. Because I can't drink cold coffee. I can drink ice cold coffee, but I can't drink room coffee that's too it's cold. You know what I'm talking about. I'll
Yeah.
zap it in the microwave. Uh, but reheating stuff.
Yeah.
It has a defrost, and I'll use that sometimes. But depending on what microwave, even on defrost, it'll cook. It'll start cooking some parts of your meat. So that's not good. So yeah, it's got its purpose, but some things you just have to do. I'll put mine in water. If I'm trying to my chicken wings, if I'm making chicken wings, I'll put mine in water and or take it out the day before and put it in the refrigerator. But you know what? But no, some things the microwave. Stop zero. I'm on what side? You ain't right. You know, gonna try to discipline me and chastise me in front of everybody. I'll get you back with a quickness. Don't let the gangster come out.
That was for yesterday.
No, you always teasing me about that. Sometimes you gotta show a little teeth. You know what I mean? You gotta show because sometimes my picture look like people can take advantage of me. And I told you guys this before that maybe sometimes I be thinking about getting a bulldog, a pit bull or something. Not a bulldog, a pit bull as a avatar. Because some people come at you because you nice. I go on other people's channel, nobody here, other people's channel, and everybody else can say stuff as soon as I say something, and it's not even reading nobody. I just may
Yeah.
have, a compliment for the host, and and some people don't like their host, you know, and while they're in the channel, I don't know, but and then they'll come at me. I'll, hey, wait, keyboard keyboard gangster, wait. Being all big and bad behind the keyboard. Knowing they wouldn't say that to my face. But that's other channel, not that one. Back to the food zero. I'm sorry. Sidetrack. Sidetrack. I just had to throw that in there.
So like this.
All right. All right.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
Oh, that what was that? What was that? What's the
Training
movie?
day. Training
Oh, I
day.
love that movie. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
How
like when everybody turn on say, "Oh, okay, all right, okay, all right." You think you can do this to me? Ah, y'all playing the Pelican Bay? What I'm through with you? Shoot your
oh that
friend.
oh yeah.
23 hour
He shot
rifle.
him in the butt.
Yeah. Oh, you mother.
I liked him as a gangster. I liked him as a gangster. I
He
liked
wasn't.
the,
Even-
I
I
liked
mean, he wasn't really a gangster. He was a cop, but I guess like same thing. Gangster cop, same
he was
thing.
a gangster cop and there's a
No,
lot of
no,
those, but we
no. The
shall not
cop.
talk.
I mean, the cops are a gang. So yeah, so yeah, same thing.
I think he was a DEA, wasn't he? That was
No,
good.
he
That
wasn't
was good.
DEA. No, he wasn't DEA.
But
He was a narc. So
okay,
yeah,
okay. Yeah, I'm
but
trying to remember what
but
the
yeah, but yeah.
I think I used the wrong initials.
We don't got off track. We don't got off track.
Hey, you gotta deviate a little bit, and yeah, yeah,
Like
me at the comments again. Silly me.
yeah, yeah. I got yeah. Cause yesterday I clown for for yesterday for not saying anything. Now y'all mad. I'm saying something. Now.
Oh, you got clown? You got clown zero?
Yeah, not as clowning me yesterday.
Yeah.
Cause I knew
My nephew
I
will
knew it was
tell
coming. I knew it was coming. I was like live straight as soon as it came in. Oh yeah, I knew she gonna have some words.
you. Oh my goodness. It's what's about I'm
but
done.
but but yeah like when we it was like I mean Smart's like bacon like another person that like one of the chefs got me on this person. It was like I forgot the name of the documentary because like I think it was like a Netflix series, so they had like different seasons, but it was like one that was focused on bacon and and there's one woman called Christina Tossi, and like she was I mean she's a baker and like she did her own stuff and like the way she did it like she had like a what they call like an American style of baking where like sweets are really sweet because most baking styles are European based so like the sweets they make it aren't really all that sweet so so as far as that they I mean she made like a whole lot of stuff and she made like stuff like well I mean I think like probably all that I say like she really made was like this thing called like and I think it might have been a panna cotta but like it was she had made something called like cereal milk which like I mean it wasn't like actual cereal milk but it had like but she managed to make the simulate the flavor of the cereal milk. Like we at the cereal, like like when the milk get all sugary and whatnot. You
Hmm.
know what I'm talking about? Yeah, yeah. Like she managed to make something that had that flavor in it, and like people.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, okay. And then she made something. She called it crack pie, but I really think it was like just chest pie or something like that. But she tried to make it sound different. But
What
but
show is that? What
I'm
show is
trying,
that?
I don't
On the
remember the name of it. I gotta look it
Food
up.
Network?
Now, it wasn't a Food
Food
Network.
Network?
It wasn't a Food Network. It was
But you know what show I liked? Chopped.
I don't know what that is.
You never watched Chopped on the Food Network?
I don't didn't really watch much TV even when I
I mean,
watched
it's been on for a long time. Just like you did
it.
Gordon Ramsay, this been on for a long time.
I mean, still, I didn't really watch it. I didn't watch Food Network like that. I mean, like I said, I only had a few shows I watched, and I mean one of them was the one that Alton Brown was on. So I didn't really. I think
Okay.
I think pretty much him like was mostly all I watched. As a matter of fact.
But see, watching Chopped, even from watching, you can be so creative. You can make they have I think four contestants, three or four contestants, and they give you a basket of food. And a lot of it is like the things they put in the basket. don't even go together. And so it might have a theme like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or just whatever. So, the entree, the appetizer, the dessert, that's usually the theme of it. And so you have to use all of it some kind
Okay.
of way.
Okay. I remember. I now remember what it is called. Chef's table.
No, that's different.
I
That's
know, but
different. It's close to it.
no, I'm telling you the show that I'm talking about. That's
Oh, the
called Chef.
channel. Okay. Okay.
No, not
Yep.
not channel. The show. The show is called Chef's Table. I now remember the Chef's Table.
Okay. This show that I'm talking about is called Chopped.
I get what you said. I was just saying the name of the
Oh,
show that because I just remembered it.
okay. Okay. Look
Yeah.
like you really see she watched it, but yeah, and and then it is so creative that then you start playing along in your head on what you would do. And you know what it taught me about proteins and meats and stuff? When in doubt, make a sauce. If you don't know what to do with it, just saute it and make a sauce, and then make a squiggly design, make it look pretty. But it is so creative that the longer you watch it, you be talking to the chef, talking to the people they have up there, to the chef, say, try this, do this. And then when they do it, see, that was the fun for me, to watch it and say what I would do with the ingredients. And then the fun part was seeing the chef like almost read my mind and do that very thing. Oh, yes, I'm talented like that. Lab Zero.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that was that's a very good show, and I haven't watched it in a while. Like I don't watch as much TV as I used to.
Well,
Um,
I don't watch any TV anymore. Like
yeah.
I don't think I watched TV in over a decade.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I watch it because it still shows that come on that I guess would be on other channels, but I don't want to get another bill, so I have satellite. So I watch certain shows that a lot of them are funny. Like when I need to laugh, you guys know this. I watch Martin. His old episodes. Now I'm gonna have to go to someplace else because I think I didn't watch all the episodes. But Martin cracked me up. But as far as cooking shows, I haven't watched a lot of those. But my favorite, was Chopped. Just seeing how creative, and these are people that have their own restaurants. These wasn't, amateurs. Some of the people that's on that show, how they got on that show because some of their dishes was a mess.
Well,
And then,
yeah, I can ask that for you. As far as that, some of these chefs just like coast because cause I know the restaurant where I'm at, like they be like some chefs like they could be doing better, but they just they're just coasting, and I'm just like, oh y'all ain't trying to get better, y'all just want to be comfortable in doing all that, and like and like I was like thinking like y'all had a chef that's trying to push y'all to do better, and y'all don't really want to get better. And I mean, I think the reason why why chef didn't really, just fire him straight out because he need people there, and it probably would have taken too long to get new people, so he just kept them there. But if you sit there and tell them like, oh, I don't care about cooking, he'll tell you, hey, there's the door.
okay,
You don't play with that cause like one of my phone coworkers he did that. I wasn't there when it happened, but I was told about my other coworkers. Like I think like I think he had like dropped the chicken or something like that. Then trying to sell it or something like that. And he was like, man, what's wrong with you? Why you doing all that? And he was like, say, oh, I don't really care. He was like, okay. He said, all right. He said, okay, you can clock out then. You can get out. And I mean, I don't know what happened, but I think he did a lot of begging for his job back behind the scene because he was able to come back. He went, I mean, he wasn't there for a minute, but he had a chance to come back. I was like, yeah, he must have been begging.
That's one thing about him I noticed.
Yeah,
He don't bite his tongue.
yeah.
He does not. I've watched him on some things. I don't even know whether it's his show or I've seen him on the Food Network channel.
I mean,
And
who you talking about?
Gordon,
Oh yeah, yeah. He
yeah, he
definitely,
don't
he
bite.
definitely does.
He don't bite his tongue.
Oh yeah, but some of them supposed to be funny as hell. I mean, I think what they called one girl a bimbo. I was like, oh no. He knock stuff food on. He's like, what is this? I mean, yeah. Gordon Ramsay has no chill.
Yeah, he don't have a filter. He say what's on his mind, and that's I guess that's why he's been on TV and for as long as he because people like to see it. You ain't got to agree with everybody all the time, especially it's his show.
Yeah, it's like think about it. If you like making a sincere effort to try to improve, he'll help you. But if he see like you just playing around, that's when you start getting cussed out and insulted and all that. Because he knows you're messing around. He knows you do better, but you playing.
One person that I would One person that I would watch that it was hard to watch is I think she pronounces her name Ina Garden Garten or something like that. And she's got a beautiful house with lots of land and whatever. And I think her husband's name is Jeffrey. Um, and it was just hard to watch her um, because if you want, she was just dry, no sense of humor. I think the things she thought was funny, it was still dry. So it was real hard. I'd rather someone have a Ramsey attitude. You know what I mean? Because he's far from dry. But it was, I don't know. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Nope.
Okay. On Food Network. I told you I used
Sorry.
to watch that network like, most of the day. Because
Yeah,
I liked getting certain techniques from the different chefs. Uh, I like to for them to take an ingredient that and put it
yeah,
together and turning out a good meal. So that was mostly, I would say more than 50% of the time I would watch the cooking channel. Like I said, and just have ideas. And maybe I didn't do it exactly the way they did it, but it gave me ideas because before this quarantine, I like to cook for other people and I would host, you know, my daughter would host Thanksgiving and I would host Christmas. And I would try to cook things that they never had, but at the same time, I knew that they would like. And they had never had a seafood boil because my daughter didn't, she liked fried shrimp, breaded shrimp, but, she had never tasted it with the sauce and, they sometimes people get stuck into certain things, the meat and potato most of I won't say all of them, most of the people that came never had a seafood boil. And I made a seafood boil the last Christmas before not the Christmas that just passed, but before then. Cyril, they tore that boil up. I didn't even get none.
you
I'm
say a boil.
seafood boil. I didn't even get any. And
I mean,
then
I mean, I mean, what I mean, I mean, what is a boil? I think I've heard of it, but I never actually seen
okay,
one.
it's like with you can you crab and shrimp and scallops and mussels and some people put a boiled egg, corn, what else? I use the little small red potatoes or the yellow potatoes. Um, and you have like it's a Creole occasion. I think and you put like a Creole. You make a like a Creole sauce. Um, I kind of patterned my sauce, my sauce from the Smackalicious sauce. I don't know if everybody know who she is, but she got a huge channel, and she subscribed to me, you guys. But anyway, she's noted for her seafood boil, so I kind of took her sauce and I omitted the things that I didn't want in it. They tore it up. They tore it up, and I put egg and what you put this egg? Taste it, and chop some of that sauce up and eat it. They tore it up. I was, replenishing the food because it was like buffet style. I was replenishing and still in the kitchen. I went to get me some of that seafood, boy. My daughter looked at me, Mom, you didn't want none, did you? I said, I kind of did, but it was gone. It was gone. But
Yeah, yeah,
that made me feel good because when I cook, I want you to eat,
yeah,
and
man. That kind of that. Oh, my bad.
I want you to. I want to cook enough that you could take a plate home. Everybody can take a plate home. And
Yeah,
I
that, yeah,
even buy the Dollar Tree, container so you could go on and keep it. And they look forward to that. And
yeah.
and that usually go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that kind of sounds like when I made that cheesecake. I was like, I mean, I made it for for like staff there, but I was like, I was like, it was like it was like on one cheesecake too. But I was like, oh man, like, when after I got my piece of it, I was like, I think I got like a couple pieces of it, and then I think after that, I think like they took like yeah, I think like by the time like the shift started, like that that cheesecake was almost gone. I was like, dang, I should have taken that home. I should have gave them the like. I should just kept them. I was like,
Yeah, but and then I would make um at least 4 pies, and I would just take a few slices out of one and let them take the other ones, split it amongst everybody.
yeah, yeah,
It was just open holidays.
yeah, yeah. As far as that, I guess we didn't have enough to make two, or I just didn't think about it. I should have thought about it. Like, yeah, I should have had extra and set aside. But yeah, far as that, like, yeah, I was like, man, I should just taking that one home. I was like, I kind of got a little bad. They're like, oh man, I said these greedy MFers like then ate
Yeah,
all that cheesecake. I said I should have just taken it home. They did. I felt like they weren't worthy of the cheesecake. I was
you
like,
have to be worthy to eat your cheesecakes.
yes, yes. We're treated like Thor's hammer. You're not worthy. You gotta be worthy.
No, I've never made that for a holiday. I usually make the pies and then I'll make German chocolate cake by scratch. Even
I
the
know.
front and I've
Yeah, I
never
never.
done that on my channel. I should do
Yeah,
that.
I never got to make German chocolate cake. I did make a chocolate cake, but it was like a devil food's cake, and like yeah, and it was like really rich because I think we use no regular sugar. We just mainly for our sugar we just use like the brown sugar, so it
Yeah,
was like really rich.
yeah, yeah. I love most things that you put coconut candy cakes, pie. I love coconut. I even like coconut flavored drinks with pineapple. How you get the little smoothie type deal.
Yeah, oh yeah, and like yeah, this is like this is like the cheesecake I made right here. Let me sorry,
Oh,
I
okay,
guess
that's pretty.
I'm gonna try to big it up so like people can really see it. But yeah, that was I mean that was like after like we done baked it and put the design in it like
Yeah.
the shamrock design, and then after that we started put like strawberries on it, making that, cut them up and do that. Then we made the strawberry glaze, and then I just put it all over the strawberries, and yeah, that's me putting it on there, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. So yeah, and let me see. I'm gonna try to find one with the I think no, I think that might be the one with the the food cake. Yep, that's it. Yeah, that was like how you making it. Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
frosting.
that's pretty. That's pretty too.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one I had for service. That's the slice. I had taken like even though I had like taking a picture of it, it was like still pretty cold. But once it warmed up, oh yeah, it was on and popping. But yeah, it was like close to Thanksgiving when I made this. So like this one right here went to staff, and then this one right here went home for Thanksgiving. Which I
Yeah.
mean, which kind of was kind of funny. Like I had made for Thanksgiving, but like didn't nobody really eat didn't nobody really eat it like that. I was like I didn't know why, but it's like I said it was really good. So I was like, but I mean, of course, it is what it is. Of course, like right here, I had made vanilla cupcakes. Even though I mean, the cake part was good, but the icing didn't taste as good as I had intended. But they looked really good. Yeah, like as far as like the design and all that, actually did all that.
What kind of icing was it?
It's vanilla icing. I mean,
Okay.
vanilla buttercream icing.
Buttercream.
And that was like my first time learning how to pipe cupcakes. Learning piping.
Yeah, Miss TR was talking about she took cake decorating classes at Michael's. So did I. It was so much fun being creative. And
Yeah.
then what I would do is, I would actually make my cakes. I would decorate them, and I didn't want to take it home. So we did it at Michael's. So we would take, some of us would take our stuff and put it back in the lunchroom for the
Yeah.
employees. And they would tear it up, and they'd be looking for them. I think we had, if I'm not mistaken, it was Tuesday and Thursday. I'm not sure was one of the whatever, but they were looking forward to them classes because they knew they were gonna have some desserts after class was over or the next day. Because
Right.
yeah, because a lot of people was gone by the time the class was over. But yeah, it just teaches you technique, and then a lot of things that she was teaching I already knew as far as the execution of certain things. But to make roses out of font, they teach you how to make font by scratch, which is very easy. Um, marshmallows and then that's what learn how to smooth it out real pretty, and then make people were very creative with font because it's pliable and you can turn it into a lot of things. People was just really creative, and it was like a competition on who could have the most imagination of decorations using font, because
You said font,
font. Oops.
like FONT font, or
Um, if do you spell it that way?
I'm trying to
Google
figure
it.
out what you
Google
what you
it.
mean by.
It's what they make a lot of. In the bakery, they use it a lot. They use buttercream a lot, but a lot of bakeries use font. And I think it's spelled the same. I would have to look it up. My phone is dying, so I can't get on Google.
Okay.
And
Was
but
that was that was that was that sound I was hearing your phone like dying out? Like I need
wait, hold on.
oh
No,
fondant.
fondant. Well, I'm talking about font. That's what I
I was
used to
like
call it.
I mean that
You're
would
right,
yeah
fondant.
I was
F
like I was like you sure you mean font? Because I'm like
F
that
O
means
N D A
yeah.
N T.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like, that sounds like something else. Like, I was like,
like
uh,
no,
cause I'm like,
don't
fine. I'm like, I said, what
don't
is
go there.
like? I was like thinking, like, what
You
is?
know I be messing up names.
I ain't being technical now. I ain't
Fondant.
know what you was
Yummy.
talking about.
Yummy. Fondant.
No, I ain't
Y'all
being
knew what I
technical.
meant.
I didn't know what you meant,
Fondant.
but
You make it out of font.
cause I was serious trying to figure out what you meant, but
He sure okay, Nadia.
not at this period. Then she come throwing a chair
I'm
in the
sorry,
room or
laughing.
something.
I had it in my mind and I kept, picturing
Cause
in
I
my
didn't,
head, but I kept,
cause
I kept saying font.
cause I'm like fine, like that's like the type of spell.
Different sizes of typing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah,
He knew what
yeah.
I meant. He knew what I meant.
I,
I
no,
can't even make a mistake with Simo.
I really didn't till she put it in there. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah, I was messing with my phone because I was trying to plug it up because it was running out of battery and I got you running on my phone. But yeah, it's real easy to make and you don't use it the same day. You
yeah,
make it and you use it, a day or two, even 3 or 4 days after. In fact,
yeah,
the longer that you uh put in the refrigerator and leave it,
the
the
more
better
potent.
the better you can handle it.
Yeah, and sometimes like you can leave certain stuff in there for a good amount of time, and it'll actually make it better. But I mean, just like I said before, it just depends on what you make.
Yeah. I love leftovers. Uh, my seafood boils seem like they taste, the sauce, everything to me, mostly everything, not everything, but a lot of things taste so much better, leftovers, so much better.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You say she thought you were writing a book for a second. I know, right?
you don't put font on a cake. Y'all know that
I was that's why I was asking. I was like, that don't sound right.
I'm from the country. We call it font. He thought I was writing a book for a second. Yeah, you got the wrong font. Change your font. Oh, now I do the same thing on my channel. I be talking about something and I know what I meant, but I say something else.
Yeah,
But
I
I,
get it. Everybody, be like, oh yeah, that. I know it is because sometimes I'll be like saying one thing and it'd be like, I meant one thing and then it'd be like, you really meant that? I was like, no, I meant that.
I do it on my cooking channel all the time. And then I write it. I don't edit it out. That's too much editing. If I edit out, that's too much editing. So I'll write in the description, or if I'm using my other program, I'll write on that frame, what I meant, because I don't want to steer
Yeah,
nobody wrong when it comes to cooking. But yeah, I'm notorious. I'm notorious for that. I'll have
yeah,
something in my head quoting someone, but because the way I feel about a subject, I'll say what I feel. And I think you and Nadia called me on it one day. I had quoted Malcolm X, and I quoted him wrong. But I was saying what was in my heart to say. So, but something didn't
Uh,
sound right. But that's the way I feel about it. And then you gotta say
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, no.
I think I might have said something about it
But Nadia did
cause I
too
know some.
because I did it again. You wasn't in the
Yeah.
chat, and Nadia was in the chat, and I did it again because because um unprotected was not. It didn't seem like a strong enough word. I wanted to put hate and despise, and I wanted to put
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he said
Malcolm,
the
Malcolm did
most
say.
unprotected. No, that was. See that
Oh yeah,
these
yeah,
days.
yeah. I remember. Yeah, yeah. I remember what you said.
Oh, I be misquoting. I be
Yeah,
misquoting.
yeah. You were talking about Malcolm X quote, like where he said, "Black women are the most unprotected women in America."
I put disrespect. I put hated. I put all that because unprotected, and I love me some Malcolm, but unprotected didn't seem like it just fitted the way I feel. How you know
Shoot,
how yeah, it didn't fit.
You know, I say at least black women, y'all got some, y'all got more solidarity than black men. It's like he's like black man, we just out there.
I don't know.
We just
I
out there.
don't know.
I mean, we just out there on their own. Like,
I
cause
think I think with the sisterhood that some of us have on this channel with each other, I think that's solidarity. But
yeah.
mm,
I
I don't know if that's
but
true.
I mean, for what I've seen, like it just seems like y'all. I mean, women would have more chance, like bond. I mean, connect with each other now. Now do the now how long it lasts. That's a whole different thing. But I know like certain things. It'd be like yeah. You say certain things, it'd be like yeah. Y'all, certain things, y'all connect like Voltron. Y'all ready, y'all jump in action. But certain things there's like nah, but because I mean, even though like I mean, brothers kids live together, but I mean, I don't see it as much as I do with the sisters. Like, I mean, it's kind of just being honest right there, but that's all different conversation.
Yeah. We that
Yeah,
really
yeah,
is. You might want to say that for another live because
yeah.
that would be that's a good conversation though, Zero.
Yeah, I mean it is, but I mean I usually try to avoid a lot of like the those conversations, at least on my channel, because
You want to go to somebody else?
I don't want my characters like, yeah, we just talking about like social, like far as like social issues and like and all that. Because I mean, we got no channels doing it, so it's like
Yeah,
I kind of want to be different on that. Even though I have my viewpoints on certain stuff, it's like I kind of want to take it, a different direction. And if I do talk about it, I want to kind of, I would do it in a different way.
yeah. It
So
depends though. It depends on normally I sometimes I'm just not in the mood for something deep and serious. But sometimes depending on what's happening in the world, oh, I got time. I got time for it, and I'm gonna express it. But a lot of times, I just wanted, uh, a topic we can laugh at or learn from, whatever. But there's a time for everything, and sometimes I got time. I'll make time for it.
yeah,
Especially recent. I got time for it, and then I'll feel myself. I feel myself getting angry, and then I'll step back and because certain things that's happening in the world make you mad. So if I feel on my channel when I go into things, and I don't like to talk about a lot of politics because I feel myself getting angry, so I kind of withdraw. See, because I have um I have mellowed a lot. You guys should have seen me back in the day. So I have mellowed a lot. And so this food conversation we having is right up my alley, Zero.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
right up my alley, because I just didn't want to. I just didn't, you know. I wanted it to be lighthearted today,
yeah,
and
yeah. As far as like politics, I will. You would probably never hear me really talk politics on the channel. It's not because like I feel kind of weird about it. I just don't really care about it because like at the end of the day, it's like it's like they try to get you sucked into it, but it's like it doesn't really matter because I'm like it's like it's like people they want you to pick a side. Both sides. Both sides are working together. They might not act like they are like a whole big theater show, which why they call it, which I see why they call it political theater. But both
yeah,
sides try to do like that. One side pretends to be the good guy, the other side pretends to be the bad guy. But when all
yeah.
actuality, both of them are the bad guys. But you're supposed to pick. You're supposed to pick. You're like, oh yeah, pick the lesser evil. And it's like this whole especially when they're like the presidency, they try to make it sound like it's the most important decision you're going to make. It's like you don't actually make it. You don't actually make the final decision, and then on top of that, even when you have the president doesn't really have much power to begin with. So it's like you just, you waste your time doing all that,
Well,
and
you need to tell
when
45 about that.
man, I ain't worried about him. He a troll. He ain't nobody worried about. That's why I'm paying no mind. I don't get why people still pay attention to him. He's just a troll. Like he's not really doing anything. Like people want to and get sucked into it. But oh well, don't go ahead, don't say my piece and then that'll be it. But as far as that, like it's just like people get so sucked up in what he's saying, and he know. He knows exactly what he's doing when he say the things that he's saying because he knows that it's gonna get a reaction out of people. People are going to get going to react very strongly to what he says, and then once the dude, then people gonna be like, oh yeah, look, he just lose his mind doing whatever. And then when people thought he was gonna get impeached, when I told people from the beginning they're not gonna impeach him, and I said they're gonna put on a whole big show because people been asking for his impeachment, and it was just to shut people up. They did all this just to keep people engaged and shut them up. And then once they found out that he wasn't getting impeached, they're like, oh man, I don't know why they do that, blah blah. And like, yeah, that was the plan. I don't get how y'all didn't follow that. I try to tell. It's like we try to tell people like, no, no, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. Like, okay, and they ain't believe me. And then when they found out, they got the little feelings hurt. I'm like, yeah, told you. I try to tell you. Y'all didn't. You wanted to believe it. I was like, yeah, you better stop believing everything the news be trying to tell you. But
Read my comment.
I see it. I sure don't. I sure don't. And then like people,
You see, you see, I didn't
yeah.
say nothing. I let you go on. I didn't
Yeah.
show. Don't talk about it.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
didn't. I don't like
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. I don't like it either. No, I'm just gonna say like why I don't, cause like, I'm tired of hearing people try to tell me, well, and I definitely don't like people trying to tell me like, well, you just need to get out there and vote and all that. I'm like, yeah, you gonna try to tell me how to vote? You don't know how the electoral process works. You don't know how the election process works, but you trying to tell me to go vote. I'm like, learn the election process when you come and tell me, and learn how government actually works before you come and talk to me about any of this. Because I actually know how both work, and that is why I'm not participating. You say, well, if they do it, they're gonna do what they want to. They've been doing whatever they want to anyway. Which whether you voted for them or not, it didn't matter. It's like, yeah, have Congress, they have like the same senators that should have been, that should have been done with 3 terms, for whatever reason, they get to stay in there for life. They're supposed to have like 2, 3 year terms, but they're still in there. So nobody actually knows that senators ain't supposed to stay in there for life, but nobody's actually called them on it. So I mean, then of course, you got the House Representatives, like all that they make the laws. So it's like people like, oh, well, the president can do this and that, but if Congress don't want it, then he can't do anything. That's just how it works. Like, I mean, it's like anybody that really knows anything about like how it really works, they tell you the president don't have much power. President can't do much anything.
You
But
directing this at me?
no, I'm great. I'm directed to anybody who's thinking that way. It ain't to a specific person. I'm just saying.
Because that's why I don't like to talk about
Yeah,
politics. Because certain
yeah,
people can they can
yeah,
they can
yeah.
they can screw up a country, and they can screw up a country big time.
I mean, all of them do that. So I'm like, that's like I don't even like be even cared about like politics all like that. I say I see it. I mean, I watch certain things, but I don't really care for it because it's like at the end of the day, it's like nobody's actually doing nothing to make sure that they put in stuff that they really want to. It's like people did like if people banded up enough together and put their money together and actually bought politicians just like everybody like all the big like big corporations and special interest groups do, then we probably get more of what we want, but we don't do that. We say, oh yeah, we're just gonna vote and hope they vote the way we want them to. I mean, that sounds silly. And when there was whole like lesser two evils, I'm like, why are y'all picking evil? He's like, well we don't really have a choice. Yeah, you do. Write in. That's what it's there for. Write in a candidate. As I said, well, we want to vote for. It's like the last election, for example. Like, well, we got to pick between Hillary and Trump. You didn't have to pick between them. You could have wrote. Say we wanted Bernie in there. Well, you could have wrote in Bernie's name in there. But then again, the popular vote doesn't really count, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But if people did that, then it would clearly show that your vote, how the electoral process really is. So it's like people when the electoral process picks somebody that they do like, that's when they want to be like, oh yeah, it's great, we ain't got to do that too. Nothing's wrong with it. But the moment they pick somebody they don't like, oh, you need to get rid of this thing. This thing is unfair. Blah blah blah. I mean, it's like I see like electoral colleges, like they just pick who they want to be president. It's like and you say, well, our votes had something to impact it. Well, there's really no real way of actually knowing that. And even if people did pick them, there's no guarantee that that person's gonna vote the way you want them to vote. So it's like really pointless to do it. But I'm not gonna tell everybody not to do it because people gonna go do what they want to do anyway. So I just say like that's why I don't do it. But I let people do what they do because it's like politics. I mean, politics is almost same as a religion. It's about beliefs. They don't really care too much about the facts. It's just like however they feel, whatever they believe, that's what it is. Because I remember when I showed like somebody, I was trying to tell somebody like, yeah, I'll tell like Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump were 19 cousins. He was like, yeah, really, And I told him where you go find it. He didn't actually go look at it, so I had to. He didn't actually go look at it because I think I talked to him sometime later, and to find out he didn't even actually go and try to look it up, but then I showed him, and then after he read it, he he literally told me, "I don't believe it." I'm like, thinking my head, what? I'm like, the facts are right here. What do you mean you don't? I'm like thinking in my head, like the facts right here. What do you mean you don't believe it? But I just let him. I didn't say that to him because it just sounded so ridiculous to me. I didn't even bother even asking him that. But as far as that is a concern, I was just like, okay. And I remember you had said like they're like they don't count it, but I mean they do because if they didn't, wouldn't be so many of them like all related to each other in some kind of way, and a lot of them are not like like second or third cousin. All that a lot of the you know they might be 10, 11, whatever, and I'm like saying I say it's got to matter because it wouldn't be so many of them in positions of power if it didn't matter. So that was what I meant. Like when I was saying that, I said that to you, Marilyn.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. I
like,
just, I have my beliefs, and
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, and I do I trust everything? Nah.
yeah. I mean, you shouldn't.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, because you trust everything, you might as well just go ahead and just believe anything anybody tell you. I say, hey, you
It's
believe everything
called
you tell me.
being naive.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, you believe anything, you believe anything, you hear. So, all right, I got a Brooklyn Bridge I can sell you.
Okay. No,
But
it's just a topic that
yeah, I
you
mean, I just
know is religion and politics is very true.
yeah, I mean,
It's very true
yeah, that,
that's real sensitive.
I didn't know at the time. Like, my mama told me, like, two things you never talk about is religion and politics. I said, now I know. When I started, having so it's like, oh, okay, that's why she said
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because people, yeah, people get real sensitive about those things. I'm like, okay, well, all right. Well, I was like, yeah. I don't like talk politics anyway because, like, I just tell like the reason I stated, I don't particularly care for them, but yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, before we even go, let me show you the tiramisu that I made. I forgot to even show that. Oh yeah,
Never made a tiramisu, but I love it. I love it.
yeah. I have. That's the chocolate. I mean, not chocolate, but caramel chocolate tiramisu. That was the caramel I was making right there. And then we used like a little store bought case, cut them up, and then we made the chocolate batter. And then like even with that, that was like we made it like in a trifold. So like yeah, that was that was it right there, the trifold. And I just layered it. I put like cake, put cakes all around there. Then I just put a layer of the batter on there to cover it up. And then I had like extras. So I mean after I scraped some chocolate cake on top of that and some chocolate on there. Then I put out there for everybody else, and then I made some extra to take home, which is really really good.
Oh, so you saved you some that time.
Well, I mean, it had extra. I mean, had like extra lip spare, so it was like, I mean, either do that or throw it away, which I was not about to do. So
That's right. I know.
yeah,
I don't be throwing away stuff.
let me see if I can find the lemon meringue pie. Oh no, it's probably no, no, I had it here somewhere. There it is. That's lemon meringue pie I made.
That looks
Yeah,
good.
yeah. It was really good. I just didn't like how hard the peaks were, but other than that, the peaks kind of like kind of stuck. But I mean, other than that, it was pretty good. But yeah, yeah, that was
Yeah,
pretty much it.
that meringue looks good. The topping, the meringue, that turned out perfect with the peaks.
Yeah, I think we like made it like really stiff, but yeah, but yeah, that was pretty much what I did as far as that.
Did you ever sell your stuff?
No, no, when I was doing it, I was learning how to make them, so I wasn't really selling. I was just
Okay.
learning how to make it. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I was it was like kind of like just first attempts, pretty much.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? I think I'd probably close this down and probably do a bridge bit. I don't know if you want to come back on for that, but because I don't want to keep this too long. Oh, Marilyn, there.
I'm here. I'm listening. I didn't
Oh,
want to. When I get ready to say something, it's like we be thinking at the same time, and so I didn't want to interrupt you.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I said I'm thinking about doing I said I was gonna shut this. I was gonna get ready to shut this down and do like and do a bridge builder. I
Oh,
don't know if you want to come back and talk on that one, but
I'll probably go eat something first, and then I'll look for you.
okay. Yeah, yeah. My I beg. I was actually working on being a pastry chef, Mahogany.
Well, I would say that would be. I know it's hard work, but it would be fun at the same time creating things. A pastry chef, oh yeah, I could see me doing that more than a chef with entrees, and I would be on the dessert side. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. Like, yeah, if you know what you're doing, but yeah. Bacon is definitely a lot more fun. Definitely, it could be a lot of. I guess depending on what you're doing, could depend on how fast or how tough or how easy it can be. But
yeah,
I know like chefs like have to like make entrees and all that. They gotta be quick. They gotta be on it. Especially
that's right.
depending on how many people there and like how fast it is. I'm like, yeah, you better be quick on the draw because they ain't. Yeah, I mean, that line ain't no pump.
Yep. But the it's this place in Los Angeles called. It's probably closed now, but it's called Juniors. On one side they had the restaurant, and the other side they had a bakery. I've never tried, but I want to try it. I want to learn how to make a Napoleon. They had the best Napoleons. It's like, oh, like the dough part was it's real flaky, and then they had like a Bavarian cream. And oh, I can't. Oh, that just make me hungry thinking about it. But I wanna try. And whether it fails or not, it will be on YouTube. So you guys, if it's an epic fail, then you guys have something to laugh about because I'm a try it. Um, but I got some things I want to get out the way because I want to take my time with that one. And
Yeah,
also I want to try the tiramisu because I love them, but I've never made a tiramisu.
I mean, the one I made was like it was like different. Like if I was like trying to make one that you had to like cut through and all that, I would have had to use gelatin. But I mean, I didn't use it because like gelatin has like pork in it. Like matter of fact, gelatin is actually pig hoof shavings.
Oh,
Yeah. I found out like wow. I was like okay.
uh,
I mean, before that, I was like already not eating pork anyway. But I was like, yeah, I can't add that in there. But yeah, so usually if you eating tiramisu that you got to cut, they probably put that in there to keep it to keep it standing up.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, if you got any last words, I'll probably come back on and probably like 9:15 my time. I don't know. I mean, what time is it for you? For you over there?
It's 6:52.
6:52. So it probably be 7:15 your time. I probably start it up again.
Yeah, I'm gonna make me something quick. I don't feel well. No, no, I got my leftovers, so I don't even have to cook.
There you go.
Yeah, and they've been overnight, so I know it tastes those all those flavors. Oh yeah, I don't even have to cook. So yeah, I'm gonna feed my dog, and then I'm gonna eat, and I'll be checking. I'm gonna relax for a little bit, and I'll be checking for you.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, I'll probably be back on at 7:15. So
And
your
it's
time, but
Saturday, so a lot of people, you know, it's Saturday, so a lot of people that have went back to work, I'm sure they off for the weekend. So
I ain't worried about other people doing.
no, no,
But
no. I was talking about
yeah,
as
yeah,
far as
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I mean,
people that want to
yeah,
stay up late because I got to get up and go to work in the morning. Because you want to,
yeah,
you
yeah. I'm pretty sure people gotta go back to work because some unemployment checks done ended today.
did
So
it? Oh yeah, the 25th. That's right. That's
yeah,
right.
unemployment checks gone.
Oh, that's right. I did remember hearing that.
Yeah, so they gonna have to go back to work now.
Because they didn't want people to get more unemployment than they did on their job, and a lot of people was getting more money, and they didn't want that to replace working. Like, shoot, I might
Yeah,
as well stay at home because I'm getting more unemployment. So yeah, I
I'll
forgot.
be I'll be here people tomorrow. Well, it's too soon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's too soon. Too soon for the unemployment checks to be gone.
Okay.
Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Hey, Shar.
Yeah, yeah. Before we do that, yeah, we can take a quick little commercial break to put Shar's show on there because she does like a radio show on
I heard
Wednesdays.
it was I heard the one she made just recently was very good. I heard about it, so I gotta check it out.
I'm about to I'm playing the commercial real quick. It's like about a minute or something. So
Okay.
at that, then we can go in
Yeah,
again.
okay.
All right, here we go.
Hi, this is Shar Willie from the Just Ask Shar Advice channel. Join me and Classic Ruby for a radio segment called Keep the Beat. We broadcast every Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from gsrn-radio.net. We discuss music, go down memory lane, and interact with the audience in the chat room. Just press the icon that is a speaker, press play radio, and 15 seconds after the commercial, the fun begins. You'll have access to emojis, gifts, and a lively conversation in the chat room. If you missed the live broadcast, you'll be able to listen to the replays on Mixcloud. Just follow me at Just Ask Shar Advice Channel on Mixcloud, and you will receive the email once the broadcast is uploaded. We look forward to seeing you soon. And until then, enjoy this show. Peace.
See, I told Shaw she got a radio voice. Yeah, yeah. Like
She
I
got it.
told
She does. She got the voice. Yes. Her voice, the I forget what they call it in her line of work, but that tone is just perfect.
yeah. And that's how she, she talks too. But yeah, her show is on. Yeah, shows on there, and it's like it starts at like 7 p.m. Central Time, and I think it might end maybe at like 10 or 10:30 p.m.
Okay.
Central Time. But
Okay. Yeah. Very interesting. I would love to go in while she's doing that. In fact, there's the link. So, but I think uh, somebody had put her link down before, but I heard about it. I heard that it was people recommended it. I would love to go on her channel, her
yeah,
radio broadcast.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, she also has, I mean, yeah, she does that, and then she also has like a channel where she'll have like discussions on certain things, cause like she has a whole advice channel.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, I think like she did like the live certain topics because she because like a lot of her content based on it was based on like whether what people that's I mean based on whether people where people need advice. So if nobody's giving advice, then it's kind of hard to get the content you need because you need people asking for advice.
Yeah.
But I mean but she still she still managed to bounce back from it. So that's pretty good. So like I think like Saturday she usually have a subject that they were that like she would discuss with classic Ruby, and then they would have and then sometimes and then I think now they make it official like Saturdays they would do like article reactions. So like I think like on Fridays they have it. She does a show at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then I think on the article reaction I think it's like 6 or 6:30 p.m. on Saturdays. So, but yeah,
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
but
I'm
yeah,
gonna
I mean, it's kind of like a chill
check her
channel
out
like
for
mine.
real.
Yeah, it's a chill channel like mine. Let me find her. Put her
Yeah.
channel. Put her
Definitely
channel.
check her out.
Put her channel in there. Put your channel there. Oh yeah, damn, you might have put behind the channel there too, because she has a good channel too.
Yeah.
But I'll
Oh,
put Char's there. Put Mahogany's. I'm gonna put both of yours back in there. Uh, just so everybody can.
yeah. I wrote it down, so I'm gonna definitely check her out.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make sure I put this in before I go. Before I, before we go, and I give you last words after that, and then
Okay.
we'll and then then I guess I'll have the whole bridge builder set it
There
up,
you go.
and but let me go. Let me make sure I get all the links in there before I do that. Okay, now I gotta make sure I get yours in there, and then we will. Okay, okay. So yeah, I gotta make sure I get the other channel, the Eat with Marilyn Gail as well, because I don't want to forget that one.
No, I don't think. Okay.
All right, I almost got the last one. And I'm gonna give you your last words. Okay, I got it.
Oh,
All right.
thank you, Mahogany. I'm gonna check you out as well. Let me.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you your last words, and then we can end this one out. But
Okay. I just wanted to thank you for inviting me on a panel. It's good to talk about something lighthearted like food, and maybe people learn something, and we'll learn something on the replay on how to execute the recipes we were talking about. And I appreciate, because this is also people will be familiar with my food channel if they want to check it out. So I just appreciate the time on the panel. And yeah, thank you so much. And it was a good crowd today. I think it made me laugh, but you know,
yeah,
it,
yeah,
it, even when you said West Side, it's like that cracked people up, especially when I try to say it like try to say it like a gangster. But yeah, it was fun too.
yeah.
It
So
was
let me give it.
fun.
Yeah, let me give my give shout outs. Shout out to Sunny, Nadia, Shay, Lachlan. Let's see who else. Uh, Shout out to Yemi, uh, Eurydice,
Yeah,
uh,
because I don't have some of
Jamila.
these people.
Okay.
I don't
Oh yeah,
have some of them.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, let me finish. Yeah, Yemi, Jacinda, Miss B Town.
okay, I got Yemi already. I got B Town. I got Nadia, but
Okay,
somebody else might. Yeah,
I guess,
somebody else might.
okay, I guess I will get. Yeah, let me get the shout outs, Marilyn. I gotta get the
Okay.
shout out. Yeah, I feel you. I'm not trying to get involved. I was trying to. I usually get to do the shout outs before I end it, so I try to get
Me
everybody.
too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah, Yemi, Mahogany, and Shar. I think that's it. But yeah, thank y'all for coming through. Harness bounce vibrations, and I should be doing a bridge builder very soon, probably like 9:15 or 9:20. So feel free to come back. I think this one's gonna be more open, but maybe try to get some laughs in or something. Talk about whatever. So
Yeah.
so yeah, I appreciate you for coming on, Marilyn. And
Yeah.
home is by my great people. And I'll see you guys later. So have a great
Okay.
see
Oh,
y'all later. All right. See
okay.
you.